Hello, North Orange. My name is Edmund Brooks, and I've got another devotional for you this week. I've been really thinking about you guys and praying for you guys during this shelter in place, during this time of quarantine. Was it 2 months, 3 months now? And I've been really feeling grief. I think we're all feeling a corporate sense of grief. Maybe we don't know how to express it. Maybe it's showing up in depression. Maybe emotionally you're not doing well. Maybe physically you're not doing well. But we're all kind of feeling this corporate grief because of lost time, because of lost relationships, and lost lives, lost health for people, lost opportunities. And I'm really thinking about right now the teenagers, because I used to be a youth pastor, who won't get a chance to graduate. And that's hard. Maybe they missed out on their prom, and that's hard. Or maybe you're a young adult and you didn't get your vacation. Like you were going to see the Grand Canyon in April of 2020, and that was your only chance. And now you're grieving that. And I get that. First of all, if you're a teenager, if you missed your prom, if you missed your graduation, we here at North Orange, I'd love to celebrate you when this is all over. So if that's spring, if that's winter, whenever, we'd love to have a celebration for you guys for those life events. That's what the church should be here for, so we'll do that for you if we can work that out. But for those of you who are grieving, who are saying, like, that was my one chance, and I'll never get to see the Grand Canyon again, or I'll never go to Yosemite, or I'll never have that time back, I understand. First of all, your desire to be out in community, in nature, in God's creation is not bad. You're created for community. There's a reason that most camps are up in the wilderness, in the forests and stuff, so you can be in God's creation. That's a good thing. But I want to encourage you, if you're grieving the lost time and saying, I'll never, and you're letting that kind of ruin your walk, you're letting that kind of ruin your life during this quarantine, I want to encourage you to be thinking about future glories. Let me tell you what that means. You will not regret not seeing the Grand Canyon in April 2020 when you get to heaven. You know what I'm saying? You will not regret not going on that camping trip in 2020 when you're with Jesus. There will be a day when none of this is going to hurt you anymore. None of this is going to grieve you anymore, because things will be made right by Jesus our Lord. I want to read to you today from Revelation 21. Revelation 21, there's a lot going on in Revelation, but in Revelation 21, 4 and 5, John, the writer, says this. Revelation 21, verse 4, He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. Death shall be no more, neither shall there be no mourning, nor crying, nor pain anymore, for the former things have passed away. And then John goes on to describe the beauty of heaven, and there's a couple of things there. First, heaven's going to be better. Heaven's going to be better. My son and I have these talks about now versus heaven, and I quote a famous preacher when I always say, son, this earth right now, for the Christian, this earth is the closest to hell we'll ever get, because heaven is going to be better. Okay, so anything we thought we would enjoy now, and we're missing it because we didn't get to experience it, it's going to be better in heaven. Think of future glories. And the second thing that Revelation 21 teaches us is that Jesus will get rid, will make right all the hurts, all the regrets, all the pain. And he's talking about death there, but also all the sorrow, because we'll be with Jesus. And so I know 2020 has been a hard year. I see the memes, like 2020 is like the worst year ever. 2020, someone's playing Jumanji or something. 2020, Jonah needs to go to Nineveh already. Something like that. Like 2020 is just the worst. But I want to encourage you, Christian, that it gets better. That there's a future glory waiting for you. So don't let your life, don't let your demeanor, don't let your heart be destroyed because you missed out on something in 2020. God has something better in store for you. It only gets better from here on out. We used to live in the Bay Area, my wife and I and my 2 kids, and there was 2 at the time, now we have 3. And we used to take trips down here to Orange County to go to Disneyland. Now that's a 6 to 8 hour trip depending on how fast you go. And when my kids were in the car, they would inevitably ask the question, are we there yet? The drive from Northern California to Southern California was so long, so boring. They didn't want to be there. But their mom and I knew they were going to have fun when we got there. They were going to have fun at Disneyland. There was something better in store than that long drive. The long drive was just part of it. And when they got to Disneyland, they would have all the fun that kids have at Disneyland. And so here's my encouragement to you, Christian. 2020 is hard. You missed out on some real things. I'm not saying those weren't important. Like I said, let's celebrate them when we get a chance to gather. Let's celebrate birthdays and graduations and all that stuff together when we get a chance to gather. But what I'm saying is, don't let it ruin your life. Don't let it ruin your walk. You're just in the road trip right now. 2020 is your road trip, and God has a destination for you that's better. And we're asking God every day, are we there yet? Are we done yet? And he's chuckling and he's laughing and he's saying, child of God, son, daughter, I've got something planned for you that's better. So is your heart discouraged today? Did you miss out on something huge? Are you living with regret? Here's my encouragement to you. God has something better for you. Trust in him and look forward to what he has in store for you. And be content in knowing that our Father, who makes the entire earth spin on its axis, has more in store for you. North Orange, I'm continuing to pray for you. Let me know how I can pray for you. And until our next devotion, God bless you. Bye-bye.